currently Tuesday and it's currently 150, and actually just took a trade to profit. In the weekly outlook earlier this morning that I posted, I talked about the fact that I was expecting more of buys because directional candlestick actually signifies that you're having more of buys this week. And what is a directional candlestick? Directional candlestick is the candlestick that is the first candlestick to actually close with a full body above the high or low of the first two candle to form for the week. But in this case, we had the bullish candlestick close above the first 2 4 candle with a full body. So that signifies that we are going to be having more buys this week. So I was just waiting to position myself rightly. I initially wanted to go in for a sell on GBPUSD this morning because I was expecting price to come to a particular trend line that we had in the market spanning from the 4 hours time frame. But I, on the other side, knew that we should be having more buys. But I don't want to be hell bent. I don't want to be discretional about this is what I want to happen and this is what, because the market does not really care about my opinion. It just follows suit with the volume of buyers and sellers in the market. So price came into a zone that already mapped out. I'm still going to take you into the screen and just show you how it went. In fact, let me not just bore you with talks and let me just take you into the screen and show you exactly how I actually took that trade. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel and stick to the end of the video because you're going to learn something definitely. So let's go into the chat. Without wasting much of your time, I just want to take you straight into the chart and just explain to you what my thought process was, what I was looking out for in the chart today, and just everything that make me go in for the trade today. So let's just get into it without further ado. All right, so let's go to the 4 hours time frame. Of course, by now you should know doing a top-down analysis is very, very important, so you can just have a better understanding of which side the market is actually going. As you can see, the overall move of the market is still bullish. It's still bullish. So we had this candlestick, which was our directional candlestick. It was the first candlestick to close above the first 2 4 hour candle with a full body. So that actually gave us an informed decision that we should be having more buys this week. So going straight to the 15 minutes to the 1 hour time frame, that was where I mark out my zones, and these zones are very important zones in the market. This particular zone here, let me try to shrink it so you can see it better. Yeah, this particular zone and also this zone, these are very strong zones. So I have those zones marked out already. And in the weekly outlook, I was talking about how that I was expecting price to come straight into this trend line, but of course I am not open on price coming into the trend line, but rather I just want to follow suit with whatever price action I'm seeing in the chart. So without being said, let's just go straight into the 15 minutes time frame because that's where I take my entry. And as you can see, we have a W pattern form around this region. Around yesterday night we had this W pattern form. I actually checked in the chart around this region just to see what price was doing currently, and I saw that price was giving a W pattern. So even suggested that I knew we are going to have this push to at least the low of the week yesterday, but it was not the session I trade, so I did not actually think. I just closed the chart and just wanted to wait for today to come, and then I lock in my position during London session. So London session came and I came into the chart around 9, around when this candlestick was forming. That was around 9:15, and my initial buyouts was for price to come into this mini zone that I had here, and price should come down into this trend line because this trend line from the 4 hour time frame actually has 2 bounces already, and I was expecting the third bounce to happen for that impulsive move to happen. So but that did not actually happen, and my second take was that if price should close above the zone, this mini zone that I had here, this mini zone with a bullish candlestick, I'm going to be locking my position in immediately. So price closed above the zone immediately with a bullish candlestick, and immediately I saw the close of the candlestick, I went in for a buy, and price came into this zone, respected it. As you can see, we have a retest upon here. Price came here, retested it. It is only very, very reasonable for price to just come into the zone, respect it. It's just some sort of market doing its thing. It's just price respecting key levels. So price came into it retested, came back into the zone. As you can see, this is a bullish engulfing that actually had there. We had a pin bar, we had a bearish candlestick first, we had a pin bar, and then we have a bullish candlestick close more than 50% of this bearish candlestick that formed the impulsive move that we had on the chart. So that being said, I saw price come into the zone. And price close to it, this bullish candlestick. I knew we should be having a buying spree already. So I was in the chart from here, and price came back, retested, and started going in our direction. So around 1 to 1 I already broke even because there was news by 1:30, and we don't want to just expose our account to unnecessary risks. So I broke even. The least that could actually happen is for price to come into my zone and into my break even and just tap me out. That's the least that could happen. And news got released 1:30, and price just surged up, and then we had our take profit taken out exactly 1 to 2. So that was pretty much how I actually took this trade. And one key thing I want you to take away from this whole thing that I've said is that you waiting for price at key levels is very, very important, and your understanding of price action is very, very, very important as well. So as a beginner, if you are just coming across the channel for the first time, or you are just new into trading, I would advise that you go look for this book, the Candlestick Trading Bible. See, that's the title. Look for that book and soak yourself into that book. It is very, very important. It's going to set you up. And by me saying you should just soak yourself in the book does not mean you should just cram the names of the candlestick formation or candlestick pattern. That's not what I mean. Just understand the psychology behind each candlestick movement, and it's going to help you make informed decision in the market. So you understand key levels. Make sure you backtest. That's very, very important. All these things is not a one-day thing, and it's going to take time. Make sure you backtest as well, and once you backtested for test as well, apply it in the real market condition, and you're going to see very, very huge progress. And if you have anything to say, if you have a suggestion, or you also had a profitable money for this kind of setup that actually could, drop it in the comment section. I would love to know. And if you have any question as well, drop it in the comment section. I'm going to be answering your question in the comment section. As you can see, we are still going to be having more still buys. The impulsive move is still going to happen. Currently Wednesday, and I just want to give an update on the trades I've taken this morning. I took a trade already. The first one went to stop loss, and the second one is running profit currently. It is now more than 1 to 1, and I'm just going to show you everything later in this video. I just wanted to give an update on what I'm looking at currently. It is almost at 1 to 1.5, and at 1 to 1.5 I'm going to be closing out some profit on the trade, and let's just see how it goes after that, because there's news by 1:30, just like yesterday. There's news by 1:30 and 1:45 respectfully. Let me confirm again. And also 3:45, and they are all impact news. So that's how I'm going to be closing out some profit. That's how I'm going to be closing out some profit first on the setup. So that's everything, and I'm going to just take you into the screen and just explain everything behind why I took the trade, the first one and this one I'm looking at currently. So let's just get into the screen. Alright, so we just hit a 1 to 1. I was recording the other time, I was saying that going to be closing out some profit rather when it reaches 1 to 1.5, and it just, after making that clip immediately, not quite long after rather, it's 1 to 1.5. So currently it's even more than 1 to 1.5 currently, but I closed out some profit already just to cater for this initial loss that we incurred on this morning rather. So even if price reverses at this point, I'm less concerned, because already at break even, at least I've secured this loss that I made and some profit on this particular one already. So let me just explain why I took this trade. So this morning around London session, I came into the chart and price was around here. So I already saw the price was most likely going to tank, and I wanted to just take only the buy setup. So, and I was just looking at the next probable zone that price would just tap into and go and then reverse. So I was looking at this zone for price to come into and then reverse, but price came there. There is a psychological level here and also a zone here. and I just put my I was, because as you can see we are seeing rejection, rejection, rejection of this region, and this level has been holding. So I was expecting it to serve as a support eventually for price to go up, but price closed, price came down to my stop loss, and that was how I was stopped out on this one. But on the second one, I was seeing price. Sorry. I was seeing price approaching this zone here, and we had a trend line coming from the 15 minutes time frame. So, and we expected rebounces of the 15 minutes trend line before eventually we have the break. So, this is the first touch, this is the second touch, and I was expecting the third touch. So, immediately I was seeing a bullish presence in this region. I immediately locked in my position on this one. So that was very clear. So almost immediately I logged in the position. I'm still going to share the screenshot of where before I took this trade. Oh, it's almost at TP currently. It's almost at TP. It's almost at TP. Let me set Ctrl Z. It's almost at TP. So almost immediately I logged in the position. Price started going in my direction. So that was how we added this morning. Price is reversing currently, but you should still but because this is a very strong zone, that's why my suppose my take profit is even here. This is a very strong zone, and price should most likely just go back to take profit here. So that's what I'm looking at currently. I secured some profit already, and if price reverses from there, it's still good. So that's everything about this trade today, and it's a good one on my own part. And I will just see you later. And I'll just give you an update later on how it's going. So that's all for now. A quick update about the trade I took today. Let me just go to the 15 minutes time frame. I've not been able to record using the laptop since morning, but I just got to do that now as I'm making the video now. So we had this buy that I took on. But let me explain something. So yesterday I was talking about how that I was still expecting buys, and of course we saw the surge that happened in the market. We had price go for almost 1 to 10. Let's look at it together. 1 to 10. Let's stop at this psychological level. That's more than 1 to 10 risk to reward, but we're able to catch just 1 to 1.83. And what I was trying to avoid here on this trade yesterday actually happened on this setup I took, because price ended up coming back to hit me out for break even. So what was I looking out for? I was looking out for price to just come into this zone and then into the psychological level, and then I just look in the buy position. And based of experience, I was able to just detect that there's most likely going to be a reversal of this region. If you look closely at this candlestick dating back, you will see that the candlestick closed with a very strong bullish candlestick. There's a name for this candlestick. I I don't really remember the name, but upon seeing it seems Marubozo. 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 Exactly, Marubozo. A Marubozo is a Japanese candlestick chart pattern characterized by a long body with no shadow wicks at either end, indicating strong decisive momentum with total conviction from buyers or sellers. But in this case, we're having it for more of buyers. You can see we did not have any wick upon this candlestick. So the candlestick is called the Marubozo. And the previous video that I just released, I said get acquainted with the candlestick trading Bible, not to cram all the name of the chart pattern there, but just to understand the psychology behind every chart pattern in the book. So upon seeing this, I was just expecting price, and I saw price, of course, rejecting off of this region, but I was not on chart. Immediately, I took my profit around this region. I left the chat, and this morning I saw price coming down. I knew it was just going to come down into this region, because this is a zone that price is most likely going to respect. This is the psychological level. And psychological level are round up numbers that bank the big guys actually pay attention to, and we expect price action around that region. You get so upon experience, I did not even want to wait for any confirmation because I was sure that this level was going to hold. Then I looked in my position, immediately I saw price come into this region, and let me just expand this. Upon seeing price come into this region, and it gave us a week here. Upon seeing it close above the psychological level, immediately I locked in the position. Immediately I locked in the position. So I had the position logged in from there, and price came to take us out here at break even. At 1 to 1, I broke even. At 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5 rather, I broke even at 1 to 1.5. At 1 to 1, I just reduced the stop loss, and 1 to 1.5, I broke even. I wanted to close out some profit, but I was seeing price move very, very close to my take profit here. So I just wanted to leave it to just go to my take profit. You can see it's almost like 1 to 1.888 or so. That's it's 1 to 8.84 at its peak, 8.86 now. Yeah, 1 to 1.85, and then price stop those out. Yeah, so price went almost to my take profit and started just reversing. And that was how we had it today. I wanted to close it, but since it was too close to my take profit, I was like, it should just it says because I saw this move that happened in the market. But at the same time, I let me say I just probably just forgot myself that I was just catching a short buy. So, but what I was doing on this buy was actually a scalp, and I was meant to close the chart. I closed the trade at its peak here, but I did not close it. I was like, since it was just so close, it should just close out manually, by close out itself. So that was why I left it, and price just ended up coming back into my zone. That was me out for break even, and then we had price go back to take profits. It happens like that. I don't know. We just happen to have it like that. So this week we had to up just a fraction of profits. A fraction of profit, just small profits. But it's still a good week regardless. That's just the update so far this week. So 1 win, 2 wins, 1 break even, and 1 stop loss. It's still really reasonable conservative. And I'm actually looking at GBPUY. I was just studying it yesterday. So it has almost the same pattern, and it moves so fast. Moves so fast on like GBPUSD that I trade. I'm just going to be paying attention to GBPJPY as well. But majorly I'm still trading GBPUSD. So I just wanted to touch on that. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm going to just come into the chat, look for probable setup around London and US session, and just see what price is going to do. Just see what price is going to do. Yeah, so let's just see. Let's just see. I'm expecting price to come back into the zone. I'm expecting price to come back into the zone. So whatever price does around this zone is going to determine what I'm going to do during London and US session tomorrow. So that's all I'm looking out for currently, and I'm definitely going to update when how it goes tomorrow. It's currently Friday and it's 11:19 currently. So I just want to take you into the chat and just show you the trade I'm in on, and I kind of feel it's going to be a very good one, hopefully, because every condition is being met. And I'll just want to explain a few things on the chart. So let's go into the chart. Now, as you can see, I had an earlier entry on the account I'm trading currently. had an any entry. I entered around where these weeks are. As you can see, we are having weeks upon the zone that I entered in on. We are having weeks currently, so that means there is presence of buyers at that region, at that zone that I looked in my entry. And what was the reason why I actually took this trade? As you can see, this is a trend line that I have here, and don't mind these ones. This is a trend line. We have the first push, we have the second push, we should have the third push to the upside, at least up until this extent. That's what I'm looking to catch. We caught this and this two buy trades, and price came back to break even on this one. So I'm just waiting for that correctional move. We should have the third touch come to this trend line as well. There's a trend line coming from here. Yeah, I see the first touch, second touch. I'm expecting the third touch around here, and I'm just expecting price to bounce off of this zone and this trend line that we have here. So that's what I'm looking at currently. I'm also seeing weak rejections off of that region. That has given me more confidence to actually hold on to this trade, and if it comes back to my stop loss, I'm going to just take it, and it's fine. It's just market doing its thing. So that's basically everything I'm looking at currently. And as the trade goes on, if there's any updates to give, I would surely, if there's any update to give, I will surely do well to give you an update. So that's all for now, and I'll update you later. It's currently 2:48, and I just want to take you through the trade that I took yesterday. It's currently Saturday now, so I want to take you through the trade I took yesterday, and let's just get into it. So around London session yesterday, I took this setup, this particular one. I just knew this zone was going to hold, and it's a very strong zone. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. We are currently on the 1 hour time frame, and I just knew this level was going to most likely, because we had rejections, breakout, retest, rejection off of this region, and we had a breakout. So this zone is a very solid zone that price is going to pay attention to. So upon seeing price tanking down, I was expecting price to just come into this zone, tap this zone, and start going in my direction. But market was so slow yesterday. So on the 15 minutes time frame, I saw price come into the zone around this region. Immediately I saw price come into the zone and give us this week upon the opening of this candlestick, or the second candlestick. I locked in my position straight away, and price tanked down, formed a W pattern around this region, and started going in my direction. But the main summary of the whole thing is the price actually still hit me out for break even. Yep, so price came back down to take me out for break even. So this was the longest trade that I've had in a very long time. This is one of the longest trades I've had. Like, it took literally the whole day and still come back to take me out at break even, which is still fine. And that's just how we had it yesterday. So far this week we've had there's a break even trade. This is a break even trade as well. We are just used to get just small profit on this. So this one as well was a good one. We had the stop loss on this. This one was a good one as well. So okay, this was on Tuesday. Yeah, we had a very good one on Tuesday. On Wednesday, a stop loss before having this trade. We closed at 1 to 1.75. That was the profits secured on this. We had a break even on this and break even on this. So that's how we added this week. Regardless, it's still profitable. It's a very good one. Rules followed. That's the most important thing. Rules were followed, and psychology is in check. Patience is there as well. So that's the most important thing. And I hope you had a profitable week as well. Next week, I'm just going to come into the chat with the plain mindset, with the plain psychology. This week is gone already, so I'm approaching things better next week. So that's everything. Go to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you've seen this video up to this extent, and stay connected. I'm going to see you on the next one.